stronger medicine. They don't realize it's very important to distinguish between real effect and placebo effect of the medicine. But if you eliminate placebo effect from your treatment, you're going to be using more medicines. Because this innate response of the body, when the mind is a placebo means to please and please the mind. So pleasing the mind can reduce the severity of the disease. This is the principle of the placebo also. But I cannot understand why in modern medicine this should be eliminated. If you can actually please a patient's mind and reduce severity, your job becomes actually much more easier. And in fact, no physician is able to eliminate the placebo effect in his or her treatment. Those physicians who are more successful have the greater ability to induce a placebo effect and then produce better response from the system. A surgeon who is able to assure a patient better before surgery will find the outcomes of surgery as better. The bleeding is less because stress is less. So it's so fundamental that it's not only for immunity, even for your survival. Ayurveda has taken the calmness of the mind to that level that if your mind is calm and peaceful, you enjoy better health, you survive more, not to speak of diseases. In diseases, the recovery will be much faster. And this is, I think, today, even in modern context, it is understood as coping. It's not whether, today we know we have to live with a lot of chronic diseases because the environment is not so good. We are exposed to a lot of harsh chemicals and other disease-causing factors. And it is most often, it is our ability to cope that helps us to survive and overcome diseases. There are stories how people with mental strength have been able to live with so many severe diseases. And cope. And that ability to cope comes from the mind. So the mind itself at that level we can say functions as part of the body's immune system. And the mind is one of the most fundamental tools of immunity that the body has. That if you can decide that you are not going to give up and you will live, then the whole body responds to that call from the mind. And all Ayurvedic treatment starts with this call to the patient's mind. As Charaka says, Jnana buddhi pradipena yona visadi yoga vit adurasya antaratmana nasarogam chigitsati. So unless you are able to call that patient from the deep, chambers of his own heart, of his own mind, you are not going to activate the healing process. So that is the Ayurvedic idea of the role of mind in immunity and recovery from disease.